Hello, MHLT older kids. It's Miss Erica from Monaco Public Library. You might recognize me from other videos you've seen me do in previous years when you were in younger grades, or maybe you've stopped into the library to see me, but I'm always up for a visit, so say hi whenever you come in. So November, the month we're in currently, is kind of a month to celebrate a bunch of different things. The first thing that I wanted to talk about today is that it is Native American Heritage Month. So the Native Americans, the indigenous people who lived here in our country first before us, had all kinds of differences from us. And November is also a month to celebrate differences and to kind of have a serious conversation about people who might not fit in and how we can treat them kindly. So a lot of my books today, actually all three of my books today, focus on those topics of people being different, maybe people fleeing to another country to escape terrible situations and how we can help them fit in, and people who have maybe disabilities or look different, talk different, act different, and how we should always treat them with kindness and respect. So my first story is called Indian No More by Charlene Willing McManus, and this is a fiction book, so it is a made-up story, but it is based on a true story of a girl named Regina who is a Native American, an Indian, and one night the government just decides to tell her tribe that they no longer exist. So she was an Indian, and overnight, the next morning, she became Indian No More. So because of that reason, her family is forced to have to move to a different community, to a different state altogether. And when she moves to this new city for the first time in her life, people are very different from her because she's grown up on the Native American tribe amongst her people her whole life. And now not everyone is nice to her. Not everyone likes her. People treat her differently because she is different. So you'll have to check this book out to find out more about if Regina eventually finds true friends and figures out how to fit in this new city, because she is forced to go there and things are a little bit tricky for her. So Indian No More by Charlene Willing McManus. My next book is a nonfiction, and this one is called Drawn Across Borders, and this is based on true stories of human migration. So a lot of you probably have heard when you were younger stories about the pilgrims coming over to America, and immigrants coming to escape different situations they might be in. Maybe their home country is at war, maybe they're poor, maybe they're starving, so they're trying to find a different, better life for themselves and their families. The author of this book, George Butler, has actually gone out to a number of different countries, and he has interviewed and drawn sketches of people who are in those situations where they are looking to get out and make a better life for themselves, and they're fleeing their homelands for one reason or another. So these stories are through his eyes and his drawings, and they're very raw, and they capture these people in a very true way. I was really moved when looking through the pages of this book. I'm actually going to show you inside this book because there are some really neat illustrations in here. Like I said, the author actually drew real people that he met and interviewed them, talked to them about what their story is. So this is an interesting book that will help you understand other people around the world, the situations that they're facing, the things that they are dealing with or have dealt with, and help you have an appreciation and understanding or respect of those people, which is, like I said, one of the main things that this month is all about, and actually all year should be about. So this is Drawn Across Borders, True Stories of Human Migration by George Butler. And my last story, like I said, we're celebrating people's differences, and that could come in the form of a disability. So this is my graphic novel. It's called El Defo by C.C. Bell. And in this story, the main character, Cece, starts at a new school, but she has a problem. She has a disability. She's deaf. That means she can't hear. And the problem is that in order to help her hear, she has to have this hearing aid called the phonic ear, a giant hearing aid strapped to her chest. So can you imagine having to go to a new school and start all over again and meet new friends and meet new people with this huge giant hearing aid strapped to your chest called the phonic ear? Well, as you can imagine, people don't really treat her very well. She's made fun of and she's having a hard time fitting in. So something really cool happens though. She discovers that the phonic ear gives her superpowers. That's why she's wearing the superhero cape here. So let's see. Oh, here's a picture of the sonic ear. Or phonic ear. The phonic ear. That's what she has to wear around all day. Can you imagine that? That would be so hard, wouldn't it? Yeah. So you'll have to check out this book if you want to find out what her superpowers are and if they help her eventually happen to fit in. And then it's also a book that will help you kind of get thinking a little bit about how you might treat others if you were in her situation, or if you were in the situation where you maybe had someone like her starting in your school. How would you treat her? Would you be kind? Would you be helpful? Some things, really important things to think about. So this is El Defo by C.C. Bell. So again, my 3 books for this month are Indian No More by Charlene Willing McManus, Drawn Across Borders, True Stories of Human Migration by George Butler, and El Defo by C.C. Bell. And these are all available at your library or ours. So stop on by, and I hope you guys have a really good Thanksgiving and really think about the meaning of these different things we celebrate in November and how you treat people. It's a very important thing these days. We always need to be kind, don't we? So, all right, I hope to see you in my library soon. Bye.